Evening trainers, we're back again for another Lotus League match. Gonna have DF Amethyst versus PSY. Gonna take a moment, get everyone fully assembled, and then we'll get back to the matches shortly. Stay tuned. If you have a sec, you give the guy on YouTube more information. Join the YouTube chat. This one. Well, at least I give him the Discord link. For reals, Psy, our purple team, Amethyst, our orange team, bans are on the way. So far, we got a Machamp ban, we got an Umbreon ban. Somebody doesn't want to be confined. I can understand that. You can't silence me, but you can't take my freedom. Let's see what are these other bans. We got Psyduck. It deserves to be incarcerated. I agree with this choice. You should not see the light of day. One mon I would actually like to see for once would be Thralligator, but they don't like that thing. They don't like the gator. Bunch of anti-Thralligators. Last ban for Amethyst will be Snorlax. I agree with this. Snorlax, I believe right now is the best defender. He's just so much value. Another valuable defender pick is Articuno. These are interesting choices. Snorlax is very good. I feel like Amethyst doesn't want to be stopped in any sort of way, so they're just getting rid of all those problematic bonds that do just that. So, and we have the first pick, Moltres. So, Moltres is a very strong all-arounder, has plenty of sustain. Good choice. Over on Psy's team, there's some strong picks as well. They took the Slowbro, they took Charizard Y. I do respect the Slowbro pick. That is a common, quote-unquote, counterplay to Charizard Y due to the bound property of its ultimate in Psybeam. Next, we're going to have a healing support, and we're going to have Mew. We got a lot of early scalers for Psy, so I'd imagine they're going to have one more Hyper Carry that's going to be chosen as the last pick. But first, two more picks are available for Amethyst. They've chosen Inteleon, they've chosen Hoopa. Inteleon is a good ranged bond. It could help bring down Charizard when it ults if it's at a safe distance. Last two picks will be Dodrio and Buzzwole. These are good choices. Buzzwole is another mon that can handle the Charizard once it's ulted. Charizard is hindrance resistant, but Buzzwole has the tools to circumvent this. Last pick for Psy here. They might hone in on Azumarill. Interesting choice. Azumarill with its ultimate has some good choices. It wants to always 1v1 an enemy mon because it always gets crits when it does so. Guaranteed crits is nobody's fool. As a reminder to everyone, this will be a 3 out of 5 set. This is game one right here on Groudon. Final preparations are in order. Looking at both comps head to head, I would say Amethyst is bulkier towards the front, even though they don't have any defenders. They have the Moltres there, going to be soaking up a lot of damage. The only ones who could truly threaten the Moltres damage-wise is Charizard and Azumarill. But Charizard usually when it's ulting, so these are interesting compositions. Amethyst not electing to have a defender on the front lines. They're going to be very focused on that Charizard. If the Charizard breaks, then the rest of the team ideally should follow. Interesting. All right, about to get loaded up here. Game one, let's get started. Who you got rooting for, Umi? Who do you got? Who do you got? Who do you think is going to at least take game one?
I don't mean to play favorites, but my nephew Gudra is on DF Amethyst. Not my blood-related one, but my nephew. So
that is a crazy statement, Edith. You have never even heard of that before.
I don't know. I didn't know the term. My internet nephew.
My e-nephew.
I will protect him. I'm his auntie. I'm his e-auntie.
I'm his e-aunt. Oh man, it's crazy.
E-aunt. That sounds like a Pokemon. And then what is the Unk? Uncle Walt is... What would that be as a Pokemon?
This has been an interesting start to this game so far. It is scrambling everywhere. Dodrio's getting some easy picks. Everyone is disorganized, and Dodrio loves that. Next on the chopping block may be Charizard. No, it's actually going to be Hooper. Nope, it's going to flash away through the wall, into the bush through the wall. Almost time for 850s here.
As I was gloating about them, they just stole their jungle.
Oh man, there's a 3-on-4 up here. That's nuts. The Zoomeril is evolved. It's a level 4 power spike. Hoopa has activated its passive to leave behind the bear from Ultras. Still farming him. Eldegoss is not level 4 yet. Vulture's got the secure. Dodrio's on the run once again. Mew is there to back up its Charmeleon. It needs to get to 7 pronto. Buswell having a decent time at the bottom. It has reached his level 5. Slamming down the competition, using people as battering rams. But it's gonna have to back up here. Taking a little bit too much damage. And proccing the focus band. Alright, it is 8, and it's now time for Regidrago. No one is interested at the moment. Dodrio's just having a field day right now. Cleaning people up. That Charmeleon is a Charmeleon. Not too effective at the moment. It is a 3-on-2 on this tier 1 pad against Psy. Backup has arrived in the form of Slowbro. Everyone's gonna take the bus and get out of here. Don't worry, Dodrio will walk home. $10 till more farm appears to be contested for. Buswell is all by itself at bottom. This is usually a little bit weird. Usually you have like the all-arounder and Buswell up top getting all the farm, but there's a little bit of a role reversal. Dodrio has ulted, has reached level 9 first, and it's gonna claim some KOs. But that E-Ball's gonna get the secure from Mew. Interesting, interesting. And it's time for the Reggies to appear. Up top will be Regieleki. Psy's already in progress ripping this down. Moltres is backing up a little bit to get some farm. This should be a relatively easy secure for Psy, especially with an E-Ball Mew. Reaching level 8. Should have its ultimate pretty soon. There is the secure. There's a Charizard ultimate. It's time. Looks like Amethyst doesn't have the numbers to deal with it, so they're gonna have to back off. Nothing's in the jungle is available, so looks like at the bottom, Amethyst is gonna finally start gripping this Regirock. Do my eyes deceive me? What's going on over here? Well,
no one pinged me.
No one pinged anybody, so he's just vibing. We may have a crash here. I'd imagine that's the case. Should we pause it and ask him what's going down?
Yeah.
Yeah, pause it. I'll ask him. Well, we'll resolve this. Don't you guys go anywhere. Sit tight. All right, folks, we're going to do a reset. Someone's game has crashed, and when he tried to reconnect after resetting his game, it put him into a all-bot match, which is unfortunate. The game crashes a lot. That's nothing new, so we're going to do a reset. We won't do drafts, so we can just get right back into it, so sit tight. All right, folks, we have restarted. We're not doing draft for brevity's sake. Same picks as before, just to speed these things along. Let's try this again. Now, to answer your question, Ranger, Azumarill can work, but it has to be very good at isolating its main targets, which would be either Mew or Intel. If they ever group up, then it greatly diminishes value. Other than that, I think like a speedster would have worked as an assassin, as you've alluded to. But back to the match, bottom lane once again will be Slowbro and Mew. They'll be going up against the new and improved Sobble and Buswell. Sobble has a pretty good secure, but it won't really rip. He's gonna try to get this one and miss it. Just missed it. We're gonna have Hoopa once again try to go for an invade, but this time PSY is very prepared. Hoopa getting some good damage in. There goes the slack off from the Slowbro. Up at the top, we're gonna have Meryl trying to become an Azumarill. And it missed one piece of farm. Have to back off to get the level 4. Dodrio's on its way. That's an easy KO. Charmeleon's coming up to make up the difference. Mew is also working on its way to the top. 850 is almost upon us.
The title on your YouTube.
Right.
I was like, wrong teams.
All right. Oh, the trio's back into this jungle. We're gonna have Hoopa over here making a mess of things, trying to look perhaps for another invader, or no, it's gonna rotate back to the top. We'll be going up against Eldegoss, who's not level 4 either. Hoopa's actually in good pace. He's almost level 5, biding its time here. Creating a distraction for the Dodrio to clean up. I think that's its game plan here. Not bad at all. Now we're gonna have a Hoopa invade. This Hoopa is being a menace right now. Oh, he doesn't know when to chill.
Hefesto is a really good Hoopa. I'm pretty sure we've seen it before.
I wouldn't doubt it. Alright, I have that updated on the YouTube section. Alright, now I get back to this. Alright, Dodrio's getting more stacks, more scores. The top pad tier 2-1, sorry, it's at 4 points already. Score 16 to 106. We have an Inteleon now. That is a marginal improvement. And now they have broken the tier 1 after the 720. Good choice. That form will appear on that top side one more time. Towards the bottom side where Regieleki is, there's going to be a big fight over for DS versus Psy. Mew's going to back up here. Can't really do much. It's only level 5. Oh, dear. It really can't do anything right now. The Drio's level 9. They have the tools. Charizard's level 8, trying to work its way to level 9 to actually fight back properly.
Dude, having a, like, level 9 Dodrio early game is a nightmare.
Yes.
My trauma unlocked.
Buzzwole caught up, buddy.
Trauma triggered.
Intel with the secure. Regieleki is now the 6th man for Amethyst. Working away to the top. That's going to be a big overcap. Just in time. Regieleki continues to advance. Hoopa's going to take a small break. Re-heal its health. Charizard has ulted. It has begun. Buzzwole got assimilated. Now Psy can focus on getting his Regieleki out of here.
You know what I just realized? One of the players' name is Doja Cat.
That's a funny name. Uh-oh. That Azumarill got isolated. Had nothing for that level 12 Dodrio. Oh boy. More scores coming in. At this rate, they were going to be too far ahead in points for Psy to even make a comeback. It's a bit rough for the Buzzwole, however. Interesting choice. Well, they can't really defend that top pad. That's going to go away. It is what it is. However, Board Farm is available. Bottom pads are absolutely empty. Regieleki spawns on that side. Win Con has been unlocked already. So this team composition that Amethyst has devised, it's very hit and run. If you try to chase them down, they have mons to punish you for it with, such as the Intel and the Buzzwole.
Yeah, and like DF Amethyst as a team, they know like when to give the objective, but they also know when to not fight because they know where else they can benefit off the map. Because look at the Dodo right now, like going through their jungle,
getting massive value and scaling. Yes, I agree. Due to the
while the rest of the teams gets their vision, still gets the objective, watches the pads.
That's a pick right there. Azumarill goes down. Charizard's ulting in. Charizard wants the team fight, but if you remove that from him, it reduces value.
And so I gets it.
Yep, they've body blocked the snipe shot, so it doesn't really have a chance to secure. It is what it is. Dodrio's just eating all the food. What, are you gonna fight that thing? Full heal and goodbye. So long,
Like,
farewell.
Yeah, and almost breaking all the pads before minute 2. Like,
This was
right now they're
essentially
trying
a
to
score
take
comp, but just
advantage
only the
of it.
trio scoring.
Pretty much, yeah. That's why I said trauma triggered. I remember those days where Dodo was more powerful. Still is in the right hands.
He's still fundamentally strong, so. Ay, ay, ay. That Ella doesn't stand a chance. So what's the game plan here for this final fight? Do they just keep scoring? They don't really have a lot of points. So they just try to pick some people off and just let them have the objective? Either way, someone has to eat that Charizard Unite. There's no getting around that.
Probably the Buzzwole.
Probably the Buzzwole.
Or the Moltres. Run, Moltres!
They got a good lead here, 89 to 376. Not quite enough to be where, oh, you can't come back from this. Sai still has a shot to win. All right, time for the team fight. In about 5. What's the game plan? Honestly, I'd have a Azumarill rip this objective. Just let him do it. Who's he gonna get? Because, like, he goes by himself and that happens to him. But that is a good engage from the team. But down goes Azumarill, but he got good damage out. Hoopa's just stalling. The Drill's coming from the behind. The ult for Charizard White's about to end, and that's a KO. The trio is in mortal danger. He's gonna have to back off here. His health is a little low. This was a pretty much a stalemate for Sai, but they can't afford that. They have to do a refight with no ults, and they're behind. Not good.
And the clock is ticking.
Clock is ticking.
And Dojiro's just like being menaced, like, oop, I could score my 50, or you can get the objective. I could score this 50.
Yep, you have to choose. Oh, they're going in for another fight.
And Moltres was like, nope, it's me, just kidding.
It was me! Another
Deal.
Azumarill Unite.
Oh,
Buzzle
and
just
there
missed
goes
the bus.
Yeah, no, I
At
saw
this point, just score. There's not much I can do anymore.
Dodo again with the 50.
Don't even fight them.
Yeah,
Just
now they're
outscore
at
them.
700 points, they don't have enough.
You know what's crazy? DF still secured that. That's the crazy
yeah.
part.
The snipe. Intel snipe. I mean, honestly, I can't discredit DF. They're top 5 Latin from LCQ, so like I said, they're a very, very well trained team when it comes to the dynamics and like changing their strategy like live versus, you know, just strategically, if that makes sense.
I think they just should have just ripped it from the get-go.
Yeah, but they gotta give us a show, you know?
I guess. Well, final score is 115 to 658 here. MVP obviously is Bells, the Dodrio, scoring all the points basically. 10 KOs, 1 assists. Data will also reflect this. 52,000 damage dealt. Not too bad, not too shabby. Icer had a little bit more, but yep, still good damage. Really minimizing the effectiveness of Char Y. That is one of the ways to do it. It wants to fight, so don't. So don't really fight it. Send someone else to do it. You got a game to win. You win the game by scoring points. Remember, that is the most important thing. Everything on the map is just creating opportunities to do so. That's the point of these objectives. Do not forget. Oh, interesting game 1. I'm really curious to see how game 2 will pan out. Stay tuned for that. We're going to get some information to see who wants what map and pick. but the loser chooses, and we'll be right back. All right. Same bands. Wait, no, not the same bands. Not quite. Moltres' band, Feraligatr, and Hoopa. All right. Well, Feraligatr was banned before. Hoopa's the new one. I can't wait for Megadium to be legal. I actually want to see that mon in action. And I believe it's the only mon that gets a level 7 ultimate. That's the first one in the game. It's also the first support that has a double evolution. A lot of new things. Well, so far these picks I do like. I see Umbreon, I see an Articuno, and I see a Pikachu. Oh, Surfetched, even better. Suicune, still a very powerful mon, even though it's been touched up a bit. I'm looking for a Mew. I believe Psy had was the Psy who had Mew first game, I believe. Yes, they did. Amethyst took that away from them. Mew is also an excellent laner. Light Screen E-Ball is a cracked secure. It's basically cheating. We're also gonna have a Vaporeon. A couple early scalers. Suicune is just also devastating in a lane. Looks like Amethyst has both lanes covered. These guys are very experienced. But that's not to discredit Psy's composition. They have some good early laners. Articuno and Umbreon are very good. Articuno especially. It can just choose when it wants to freeze somebody in lane anytime it wants. That is very powerful. All right, there is a Blaziken. You don't see Blaziken too often anymore. I think it's for the best. Blaziken had too much value. Mainly because its Blaze Kick was... not Blaze Kick. Overheat was unstoppable before. No, very little room for counterplay. And because of that, mons like Machamp get to shine. It shines so brightly they have to ban it and lock it away. So, there you go. Here's your reward. 5 more seconds until the final preparations are done and completed. I do like these builds. I especially like the Greninja pick over for Sai's team. Probably there to help deal with the Dodrio or to gap close anyone who needs to be gap closed. Mainly the Dodrio, that's the main target here. Mew's a bit too slippery. Once again, this is another... This is not quite an engaged comp that Sai is doing. This is kind of a... It's more of a reminiscent of a brawl composition with some attackers backing them up. So it's a bit balanced in that way. Over on Amethyst team, they have Monsu kind of control mid-range space. They have Muddy Water Vaporeon. They have Whirlpool Ice Beam Suicune. This is a good dynamic. We're being set up for a good show. Towards the bottom, we're going to have Umbreon and Miraidon. They'll be going up against Suicune. All right. Suicune and Mew. They should have an easy time securing here. Dodrio is going to be in the jungle. Over at the top, we're going to have Vaporeon and Torchic soon become a Blaziken. They'll be going off against Sirfetch'd and Articuno. That's going to be a tough lane to beat. I'm telling you, there's a freeze. There's a quick attack closing the distance. Next is that Vaporeon. It has nowhere to go and it's been frozen solid. Freeze, hands where I can see them. Both jungles are already fighting it out for the center. Dodrio, that is an easy matchup for Dodrio right now. It is the strongest Mon on the board at the moment. You don't want your jungle going down this early. Greninja doesn't have much of a choice but to go towards the bottom to get some advantage back. All right, well, the bullying will continue. Dodrio's like, hey, a piece of candy. You don't want this red buff, do you? Nah, you don't want it. I'll take it off your hands. You can go. Popping the full heal and walking its way out. It should be caught here. Yep, that is a cleanup from Sirfetch'd. And another cleanup on Vaporeon due to the mean look and charge beam. All right, Sai is in prime position for Regidrago. They're gonna rip it with gusto. I don't think Dodrio wants to compete for this just yet. It's gonna work its way towards the bottom. I do like the mean look Umbreon choice. Ideally, you want to save your mean look for Dodrio, if possible. Dodrio, on the other hand, has the choice to just play around the Umbreon. Mean look isn't all-encompassing. Keep that in mind. We're going to be leaving Suicune here at the bottom. Let's take a look at what's happening up top. That should be another cleanup. Dodrio getting good damage and a lot of value. It's almost level 9. We're just going to have to do some comeback. Its farm is available, so is Dodrio's. Almost time for Regileggy. Regileggy's going to be on the top side this time around for the rest of the game, too. Miraidon has pulled back, and it looks like it's going to be working its way towards the top. Vaporeon has left all by itself on an island. Doesn't have much where else to go. Dodrio helping out the Blaziken to get the secure. It's time for the defense. Do they let this walk in? They don't really need to, but it looks like they're going to make that choice. They want more farm. Dodrio is back in the jungle once again, but I believe Greninja is more prepared. All right, they've chased out. There's the Dodrio who's in the flux zone. He's messed up his wall jump. Has to ult to get out of there. That is a successful defense. Dodrio has to use resources to get out of there, which means you can focus on dealing with the rest of his crew. This match so far is a bit of a slow burn. So what's going to be important here to try to at least slow down the backcapping is to get Articuno to level 9 and freeze a pad at an offside. Articuno's going to be a key player here. Suicune with the ult, Greninja's falling through, getting a gap close, trying into the back line, taking out the Blaziken with the Surf, taking out Suicune, his Surf Edge. Next on the chopping block is Mew, who's going to have to Ulto back off. Dodrio's here, but oh, that's a me look. There it is. Now's your chance. Move in, mobilize, KO. Interesting that Mew didn't stop that goal of 30 points at all. That was a bit of a flub. All right. We have Articuno at level 9. This is very important for the team. Another mean look. Time to pay the price for it. That is a KO. Successful defense on side. Let's take a look at top real quick. That is a secured Regieleki. He's going to begin to walk down. All right, the choice has been made. Does Amethyst attack top or bottom? Blaziken is going to go on the offensive top. Dodrio is doing its thing, working its way towards the bottom at the flank. That is a score using the intangibility frames. A lot of damage. No mean look. Doesn't have the chance. Dodrio with the cleanup. Now, like any speed store, they like doing one-on-ones. They are very equipped and prepared to do so. And Dodrio is very good at picking and choosing its engagements. Another KO there. Pretty dominant so far from Dodrio.
Yeah, next time I would ban the Dodo.
Honestly, they're gonna have to consider it. All right, checking out middle here. Mean look on not quite the right target. They're gonna pay for your hubris. Some scores in that bottom tier 2 against I here. The point gap keeps widening. Oh, looks like this fight's going to fizzle a bit. There is the Aqua Wing from Vaporeon healing off some of the damage. Amethyst is in full control of this game. Back at the top, they're getting ready for another Regieleki. You hear all the little pitter-patter from Dodrio with its feet. This Dodrio's about to be level 15. That is major danger for Psy.
I'm in danger, and you couldn't even finish saying it. That's how dangerous it is.
Red alert. This is not a drill. Code red. Dodrio is 15. Well, is Psy going to rip the objective? They're like sitting right on top of it. Honestly, they should. Looks like they're gonna make that adjustment. Trying to isolate some foes here. Blaziken's trying to go in. Getting mean looked. Taking too much damage. Same with Dodrio. Is gonna have to back off here. Gonna go for a back cap.
Oh, back off the back cap.
Unfortunately, Greninja went down, so ripping it is now out of the question. Dodrio left all by itself with the Surfetched. It will survive, but if you survive, that means more scores, potentially. That's another mean look, but that doesn't really matter here. Umbreon was by itself. Uh-oh. Gonna have to back off here. Honestly, they're gonna need to ban Dodrio next game. Too much value here.
So I'm telling you, he's a demon.
Yeah. It wasn't enough to pick the Umbreon to try to mean look it. Dodrio gets to choose his engagement, so that's something they have to consider next time.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to play into Umbreon. See, look.
Yeah, he's literally just like running around like an ostrich, you know, like around the gate.
Like a Roadrunner.
He's literally playing his name. Blaziken's like, I'm just gonna go score right here.
Yeah, we don't need this objective. That's overrated.
Yeah, there's only 26 seconds left. They ran down the timer.
All right, well, if they do decide to ban Nodriel, what will take its place? Or will the strategy change? Gonna have to find out. But first things first, final score, as it's being calculated, 124 to 424. Convincing win once again for Amethyst. Looking at the details page, MVP once again is Bells, the lead for this team. 11 KOs, 3 assists, 112 points scored, and 71,000 damage dealt. Yes, it's very hard to catch this Roadrunner. You either have to commit more resources to it, and proper resources to it, or you just have to ban it out. We're going to see the adjustment being made for PSY. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Well, folks, we're about to get started here. I have unfortunate news. The next objective is going to be Rayquaza. They're going for broke. I hate when this happens. Oh, no. No, please. I can't stand that objective. It's the antithesis of fun. If I could ban Rayquaza, I would.
Okay, I'm just gonna start, because...
Yeah, they can sort it out. They're big boys and girls. They got it. They got it. They got it. They got it. All right. Bans are in order. Let's get Umbreon out of here, even though it didn't really get to do too much. It's annoying. It's obnoxious. Nobody likes it. Get it out of here. And take that duck with you.
Also, with Rayquaza, I would definitely ban the Dodo.
Yeah. Yeah, that needs to be banned ASAP. So far, so good with these bans. Taking out the Moltres, and there's the Nodriel ban. Let's see the adjustment. Well, first pick will go to Amethyst, our orange team. They've been having Bells. Oh, wait. They're going to rip it. They have no time to waste. They pick Zacian. Yep. That's going to be tough to deal with. How do you deal with a Zacian? Well, Snorlax is a very good first pick. You can block it away and make it move. Next is going to be Goom on Doomfist. I'm sorry, Red Bear with a Wicked Blow. They're going to have Espeon there to help with the scaling. And it has good secure with Psy Beam. Sorry. Psy Beam and Psy Shock. They both do decent secure. Next two picks, they're going to have to be some good ones. We have Pikachu, and we're going to have, looks like, Mega Lucario. Yep, Mega Lucario for sure. He has finalized. Next two picks for Amethysts. Last two picks for Amethyst. Garchomp and, interesting choice on the Delphox. Couple of late bloomers there for Amethyst, but they are confident that they can handle themselves in lane.
Oh, they're just going all in for Ray.
Yes, I'd imagine that they're going to have Urshifu be the jungler. Zacian.
I feel like this is their like trump card. The DF's like, oh, we've been waiting for this.
We're gonna
like,
shred through objectives. 3 all-rounders and 2 attackers. They're probably gonna have Zacian and I'd imagine maybe Gibble up top, Urshifu in the jungle, and both the attackers at bottom. But they can do any combination. Whatever they can choose to enhance their lane partners is ideal. But they're going to have the work cut out for them. They're going to be going up against Lucario, Pikachu, Articuno, Snorlax, and I imagine Serena's going to be the jungler. Well, everything's going to load up here. Once Amethyst gets their levels and gets going, they're going to be really hard to stop. They're going to be very hard to stop. Because, like, think about it. Like, who does Psy try to isolate in this exchange? They have good engagers. They have the Snorlax. They have Volt Tackle Pikachu if they choose it. They have Mega Lucario and they have Serena. Who do they try to isolate? Who do they try to engage with? There's a bunch of all-arounders. You can try to get Delphox, but he's gonna be running Fire Spin. You can try to get Espeon, but it has its ultimate. It has Psy Shock. It has anti-dive tools.
Yep. Look at you being an Espeon stan now.
It's a good mod. It's a very good mod. High value. All right. Well, Pikachu and Snorlax is a good lane in and of itself. Wait. Hold on. There is no jungler. Wait. What's going on? What is this? I am intrigued. I am interested. Pikachu goes down. What is happening here? I've never seen this strategy.
Early and then take jungle later before anyone seals it. Maybe that was the idea.
This is an interesting dynamic. I've never seen that before. Well, as long as the jungler appears on time, which won't actually be the case. Urshifu's going to be getting easy secures with that Wicked Blow already online. Serena is level 6, however, coming in for the cleanup. Interesting. Oh, here comes Espeon to try to stop the bleeding here. It is stored power. Yep, it really doesn't want to get dived. That's a good choice. It just has to play its life. No, not much Goodbye can do about that. Snorlax, however, being the aggressive one onto the enemy side, it's level 3 right now. Can't do much. This unprecedented play is at Snorlax's expense, but it might be worth it. This Serena is level 8 and is dominating. It's almost level 9. It is very good pacing. Everything is riding on Serena. That is a lot of responsibility. They're putting all their eggs in one basket. That is a double-edged sword. If they deal with Serena, this team begins to crumble very heavily. It's fine for Amethyst right now. They're just biding their time.
Yeah.
They got secures on lock. Serena has ulted. Down goes Urshifu. And Volt Tackle Pikachu with a Heavy Slam Snorlax. These are good choices. Can't stop the score. They're gonna. They really have to let that go. They can't stop it. Serena is too strong right now. Yep, that is easy money for Serena. Yep. 1 and 2. Gotcha. Back at the top, they have secured Regieleki. They're biding their time, getting their levels. Urshifu is still level 7. He's gonna have to clean this up ASAP. Time to get some scores in. Your bike can't get that in. He got KO, but Urshifu will take note of its sacrifice. And it goes down again. Well, this is a much better game state for Sai as opposed to the first 2 games. They now have Regieleki. Right now, it's Amethyst in the hot seat. Now they have to adapt to this strategy. Dog, just use block. Please. Thank you. Just get rid of it. Well, it's gonna take a while. Let's check on over here. Zacian can't get the player off or the Metal Claw, but there is the Fire Spin. That should be a done Pikachu. No, it's gonna ult in with a Volt Tackle Electric combo. That's a clean up. Well, I know in the chat that Amethyst said they got another match, but they might have to postpone that.
Yep.
Sai is clapping back hard. It looks like when things are at the roughest, they have appointed one man, woman, child, woman, doesn't matter. They have appointed one player to protect the team, and it is Serena. Level 12, dominating the game. Back towards the top. There's going to be another engage. Garchomp has his ultimate. That has a huge Delphox ult. People are being melted in that sphere. Down goes Mega Lucario. Zacian collects the points. He wants the points to enhance its abilities. Well, Sai had a good early start, but we're starting to see a different story in the mid game. And if this has their levels, they can fight back properly. Garchomp all alone here on the enemy side. Gonna have an ult for an engagement. Pikachu has flash, but so has Garchomp. Pikachu Volt Tackled into death. Unfortunate. Garchomp getting as much value as it can. Getting those heals in. Can't quite finish. Snorlax just on the objective. Zacian can't leave either. Wait. There is the player of Metal Claw, and it's out of there. Urshifu goes down once again. Yeah, much different game 3. Much, much different. Well, I left the Snorlax here for about a minute now. It's time to give it some help here. Serena's gonna finish that off. That's at level 13 and a half. Everything is kind of slowed down a bit. Snorlax is perusing the map, providing vision. Doesn't really have eyes on anybody. Serena, however, should have eyes on Zacian. Serena's taking a lot of damage, but so is Zacian. He goes down. Delphox with the X speed walking its way out of here, but who is that jumping over in on the trampoline? It's Serena. Towards the top. Uh-oh, that's going to be a power-up punch. And close combat on Garchomp with the fire spin. That is finished off. Serena has flanked Delphox and is going to clean up that KO. Well, I believe we both know how this is going to play out. Just to remind everyone on chat, the avatars for Gen 1 and 2 so far only. Only the first 2 generation of Mons. Back to the task at hand. So, Amethyst has retaken the point lead. I think they're just going to rip it. I think they're just going to rip the objective. They just have to get the timing right. Oh, Urshifu got caught. It is done. Ripping it is going to be a lot hotter. Psy, in fact, is going to rip it. This is a good time to do it. I agree with this. Zacian with the secure. Yep, it was Espeon. Well, I don't disagree with the play, but they just couldn't finish it out. Well, they speed ran that game, and that's a Rayquaza map for you. Speed run through the match. Tell me that you don't want to play anymore without telling me that you don't want to play anymore. You pick Rayquaza. All right, final score is 144 to 190 here. Amethyst has done it again, 3-0 sweep. But hey, Flex was dominating that game. You can't ignore that. 12 KOs, 3 assists. Strong showing here. On the other side, the MVP for this game is definitely Espeon with the secure on Rayquaza. Is it Rayquaza or is it Rayquaza? I believe it's actually pronounced Rayquaza, but I'm not changing myself. No, I'm calling it Rayquaza. It is what it is. Battle data also reflects this. About 60,000 damage dealt for B1 for Espeon. Good stuff. Not too far behind is Flex with 52,000 damage dealt on Serena. Good showing. This has been a fun set to watch and commentate. Any closing thoughts, Umi? Don't worry, she's contemplating. That are still drawing her nails. She was super excited for Rayquaza, weren't you?
I was muted the entire time I was talking. I said good games, good shit, guys. Like, I love seeing everybody set their hearts ablaze and risking new comps and stuff, and you know, on week that think that ends week 5.
Yeah, looks like Amethyst has to. They have another match, so they're gonna have to go. No interview this time, but this will be uploaded. You know the drill. Yada 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 at GX2_Unite on the platforms. So yeah, look forward to that, and we will see you guys next time. Cheers.